You're that was different. Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Young, and I'm back. I got another video. Yes, I'm giving y'all back-to-back videos. Yes, because I was just in a good mood. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all. You feel me? Also, I told y'all, Thanksgiving is approaching, so I'm not going to be recording or dropping any videos the rest of this week. And so I'm trying to give y'all as many videos as possible. So that y'all can, you know what I'm saying, have something to watch. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, make sure you like, share, subscribe, turn on the post notifications so you know when the next video drops. And yeah, with this video, I'm gonna be giving my predictions as far as like awards is concerned. I'm gonna just do awards, and then I'm gonna do finals matchup. I'm not gonna necessarily go in depth as far as who gonna go make it to the playoffs, all this other junk, you know what I'm saying, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. But anyhow, we gonna start right at the top, at the tippity top, with Rookie of the Year. My thoughts on Rookie of the Year. I think, hear me out, y'all. I think Rookie of the Year might be LaMelo Ball over Anthony Edwards. Here's my reasoning, right? LaMelo Ball is a Showtime guy, right? LaMelo Ball will get you tickets. LaMelo Ball will fill in your seats. LaMelo Ball will get you national games. You know what I'm saying? He's that type of player. He's very flashy. And he's very like crafty with his skill set. Like, he reminds me a lot of like Kyrie, as far as like he'll hit you with a bing 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 and a twing twing, you know what I'm saying? But it just looks flashy. I'm not comparing him to Kyrie at all. Don't be trying to, you know what I'm saying, beat me up in the comment section. I am not comparing him to Kyrie Irving. I'm saying like they're both flashy type of players. That's what I'm saying. And so he's the type of person that is gonna like he's gonna fill up some stadiums. You feel me? He's gonna fill up some stadiums. And so on top of that, and wow, Kyrie, no, you did not just point at the dude on the side of the court and you just missed the three. That was funny. But yeah, going back to LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball can fill up a stadium. And the way that the award system is going now with the NBA to where it's more media geared. And what I mean by that is like the media plays a very, very huge part in picking people for certain awards. And I'm not going to go in depth, but I'll use one of the biggest examples. 2012, 2013, LeBron James was first team all defense. He was the best defender metric wise, and just doing the eyeball test of looking at him on the floor. He was guarding 1 through 5, and fucking Mark freaking Gasol got DPOY over LeBron. And I think it was more media oriented. They needed to give it to somebody else except LeBron, simply because there's this thing that we like to call, people that watch basketball heavily, voters fatigue. And I honestly feel like, you know what I'm saying, LeBron was putting up an MVP year regardless. People knew that he was coming for blood as far as what he was going to do in the playoffs. And it was just like, no, we don't want to give LeBron MVP, DPOY, and we know he's going to get a chip. Like, I just felt like the NBA media and just the NBA in general was hating on Bron. They didn't want to give him DPOY. That's just facts. That's how I feel. These are all my opinions. If you don't like it, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Put your opinion in the comment section and we can go back and forth. I don't care. I love the dialect when it comes to basketball. I just, you know what I'm saying? That's just what we do. That's what I do with my friends, and that's what I like to do. But I just feel like it was a combination of voter fatigue, of just voting for Bron every year in every category, and then on top of that, they just didn't want to see him shine. And I feel like the media is going to play a great part into LaMelo. Just LaMelo being a great player is not going to take away from his overall skill. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying seeing LaMelo in the media is going to be strictly on the media to boost him up. And what I mean by that is, like, we can see how Zion ain't played but 20-some games and he's on the cover of 2K. Zion dunked one time in Summer League and it was on ESPN Top 10 for like 2 weeks straight. And Summer League don't last but a month. You know what I'm saying? Like, you talking about half of Summer League, we seeing the same play over and over again. So, like, the media pick and choose who they want, you know what I'm saying, to be the headliners and stuff. And I just feel like LaMelo is going to be the headliner when it comes to Rookie of the Year. And that's why he's going to win. Stat-wise, I feel like he's going to put up about 15 and 6. But that also depends on what the Hornets want to do with Devontae Graham and Terry Rozier, because that's a 3-guard lineup. And as we saw with the Phoenix Suns back in, I want to say 2013 or 2012, when they had Goran Dragic, Eric Bledsoe, and Isaiah Thomas, that 3-guard lineup shit do not work. So I wish him the best of luck, and that's who I think is going to get Rookie of the Year. As far as MIP, Most Improved, this is no bias, but I honestly feel like Lauri Markkanen is going to get Most Improved. I thought he was going to get it last year, but with the elbow injury, he just didn't. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. I think Lauri might get Most Improved. As far as a follow-up on who I think would get Most Improved as well, I think it might go to either. Now, hear me out, y'all. Hear me out. All right? And I know this is going to sound crazy. It might go to Zion, right? Simply because of the fact that Zion didn't put up the stats necessary to say that he was dominant in his first year. So, say for instance, best case scenario, Zion comes back healthy and he averages like 22 and 9. That gives him the case for Most Improved. That's the only reason why I said Zion would get Most Improved. But I think it might be between Zion, Lauri Markkanen, and the third player. I don't necessarily. I don't really want to say this third player simply because I feel like they've already done enough, so it's kind of hard to say they're Most Improved. But I feel like Jamal Murray is going to get Most Improved simply because the shit that he did in the playoffs is going to carry over to the regular season. And I think that's always been Jamal Murray's biggest issue, is that he'll cook you in the playoffs. He will cook you in the playoffs. It's just it don't translate to the regular season. He always is hovering around 17 to 19 points a game. I feel like he might come out and first game, you know what I'm saying, he dropping 35 because he got to show y'all, you know what I'm saying, hey, the bubble wasn't no fluke, man. I'm really like that. So those are my 3 picks for Most Improved. Obviously, I'm going to hope that, you know, it's Lauri, but, you know what I'm saying, I won't be mad if it's those other 2 guys. Sliding over to 6th Man of the Year. 6th Man of the Year is hard. 6th Man of the Year is hard simply because there's a lot of teams that have switched up as far as who they're having on their team. I don't necessarily know who is the designated 6th man on each team, but I think Spencer Dinwiddie might get it. I think Dennis Schroeder might actually get it. I don't think Montrez is going back-to-back simply because Montrez's role is going to be a little bit lesser with the Lakers. I don't even know if he's going to start or not. He might even start. So I don't know how that's going to go. But I think it might be around the way those 2 guys, Dennis Schroeder or Spencer Dinwiddie. Spencer mainly because of the fact that KD might come back healthy. I pray KD come back healthy. The NBA is in good hands when a healthy KD and a healthy Curry are on the floor. But I think with what they're going to ask Spencer to do, I feel like Spencer is going to keep doing what he's already been doing. Spencer can easily be a 20-point per game scorer off the bench because he just got game like that. He reminds me a lot of Sean Livingston if Sean Livingston had a clip. And that's just that on that. But I think those 2 guys, either Spencer Dinwiddie or Dennis, simply because of the teams that they're on. And that's been one of the biggest issues on those teams, the Lakers and the Nets, is that they don't have a designated 6th man. And so I feel like those two players are going to do what they need to do. And yeah, I'm going to kind of leave it at that. I might change my whole 6 man of the year argument simply because of the fact that I need to see how the rest of free agency goes and who gets to sign to who. And then we'll be able to best assess, you know what I'm saying, who is where. But that's my take on 6 man of the year. DPOY is really easy. I think AD is going to get DPOY. And this is what I'm going to say with this whole AD Giannis conversation when it came to DPOY. A lot of people was just like, oh, Giannis wasn't supposed to get DPOY over AD. And it's like when you look at the metric stats, the on and off numbers, the numbers as far as how a player looks when he's on the floor, and his on and off numbers, all that other, you know, what's saying, whatever that, blah, blah, blah. When you look at all that, Giannis beat him in every category. And I know a lot of times people, you know what I'm saying, a lot of times people look at Defensive Player of the Year, casual basketball fans, they look at it like, oh, if dude get 4 blocks a game, he's automatically a DPOY. And that's not the case. I think primarily the reason why that is the case is because of people like Rudy Gobert. If anybody knows me, they know I have a lot of hate for Rudy Gobert, simply because I feel like he's overrated as a defender. He's just a lane clogger. That's it. Like, that's all he does. When you look at Rudy Gobert from more of a eyeball test, Rudy Gobert does not check the boxes when it comes to DPOY. When I look at a DPOY, especially when it comes to a center, or just in general, I feel like DPOY varies based on your position, right? When it comes to big man, I look at how well do you switch on pick and rolls? How well do you guard pick and rolls? How well do you guard guards after pick and rolls? Do you block shots? Do you get rebounds? Do you get steals? Those are the things that I look at when it comes to DPOY as far as bigs. When it comes to guards, it's a little bit similar, but it's not at the same time. When it comes to guards, I'm looking at how well do you switch your pick and roll defense as well, but how many points do you hold your opposition to? So, for instance, Kawhi is always in DPOY conversations because he shut fools down. Like, damn, bro. Kawhi shuts people down. And that's just what he does. And so when it comes to Rudy Gobert don't check them boxes when it comes to the bigs. When Rudy Gobert get put in pick and roll, he don't know what to do. Like, he slides. He don't know how to slide properly. He can't pick up the roll man. And then when he plays against a roll man that can shoot, he's getting played off the floor. Like, not this year, 19-20 year, but 18-19 year, he got played off the court when he was playing against the Nuggets because Jokic was just popping that joint and was popping threes and played him off the floor because he couldn't check it. So he can't check the pick and roll. He don't know how to check roll men properly at all times, which would give him DPOY. Especially when he switches on guards. He has Bambi legs. And by Bambi legs, if y'all ever seen Bambi, y'all know what I'm talking about when Bambi was trying to skate on ice. Bambi legs, he just don't know, like, he can't do anything outside sitting in the paint and blocking shots. And that's how I feel about him. If that was the case and that is what we look for when it comes to DPOY, give it to Hassan Whiteside. Hassan is putting up damn near the same numbers with a little bit more rebounds and less blocks. Why not give it to Hassan Whiteside when Hassan Whiteside was one of the best shot blockers in the league at one point? Does Hassan Whiteside have any first team all defenses? Does Hassan Whiteside have any DPOYs? Oh, why? Same thing with DeAndre Jordan. DeAndre Jordan used to lead the league in blocks at one point. Did he get any DPOYs? All right, then. When I look at DPOYs, I look at people like Giannis. I look at people like Bam. I look at people like AD. People that can switch onto guards and can stay in front of guards and can block shots. And they know how to pick and roll defense. They can pick up on poppers. They can pick up on roll men. They can do all of that. and they just shut down on defense, and then they make hustle plays. That is what I look for in DPOYs, and that's why I feel like AD and potentially Bam, depending on how his year go. If the Heat get a #1 seed and the Lakers get a #1 seed, it goes back down to stats then when it comes to those two guys with Bam and AD. If AD has better blocks and steal ratings, then you got to give it to him. Because I feel like metric-wise, they can put up the same amount of numbers. Those guys are two bigs that can guard every position, and I can stand on that and say that. They can guard every position. They switch very well. They can pick up on roll men, pick up on pop men. They rebound very well. They can block shots. Like, they can do everything. I don't think Giannis is getting another DPOY for a long-ass time because of voter fatigue, so you don't got to worry about it. And that's that on that when it comes to DPOY. I wasn't trying to go in depth, but I had to explain my reasoning behind, you know what I'm saying, what I feel on DPOY, because DPOY and MVP are really hard conversations to have because part of it goes into the media, and then part of it goes into metrics, and then another part of it goes to what are you actually doing on the floor. So that's how I feel about DPOY. Last but not least, we talk about MVP. All right. I said this after his rookie year, and his second year just followed up to make me feel even better about what I said. But I think the MVP is going to Luka. I think Luka is getting MVP. I think it's a no-brainer. Luka puts up the numbers. Shit, he put up the numbers to get MVP in the second year. Like, who does that in their second year and says that I'm going to be the face of a franchise? Like, listen to this. In his second year, the man averaged 28, 9, and 8. In his second year. 28, 9, and 8. So he basically averaged a triple-double in his second year. Who does that? Same thing with Trae Young. And that's another pick that I have for MVP. I feel like Trae Young could get MVP next year. Like in his second year, 29, 4, and 9. These are two of the biggest superstars in their respective conferences. I think Trae Young could be the best point guard in the league in a couple of years, maybe even next year. Going into next year, I could see Trae Young coming out averaging 30 and 11. I could see that happening. I could see Luka averaging a triple-double next year. So I think the playoff race could really come down to Luka and Trae Young, depending on what their team does. Now, Luka now has a better team. I have to go down and look at the roster to see if they're better than last year. But they have signed some defenders with Josh Richardson. I thought that was a pretty good move. I really thought they was going to get Drew Holiday. And I know I said that in the last video. I thought the Nuggets was going to get Drew Holiday. But there's a combination of teams that I really thought Drew Holiday was going to go to. Primarily was the Nuggets and the Mavericks. Also wasn't expecting him to go to the Bucks. I really thought he could have went to the Lakers, but I don't know how they was going to make that move. But that's neither here nor there. But when it comes to Luka and Trae Young, I just feel like now they have the team around them to really put up to really back the numbers that they put up. Because I feel like when it comes to small market teams or when it comes to not so good teams, when you got a guy that's putting up those type of stats, they tend to get looked down on because they're called garbage stats. When in all actuality, it shouldn't take away the skill that they're really doing to get those type of numbers, i.e. Bradley Beal and Devin Booker and, the Zach LaVines of the world. They put up big numbers, but their teams aren't that good. And so a lot of times people will be like, well, they ain't really that good as a player. And it's just like, bro, they're putting up 20, 25 plus in the National Basketball League, which is supposed to be one of the greatest leagues in the world. Like, that's nothing to sneeze at. Now, granted, you have some cases where you have only one guy who's not really that good putting up 20 plus points, and then it's like, that's really garbage points because their skill set ain't really built like that. I.e., one of the Morris brothers, when he was, I don't remember which Morris brother that was. He was Marcus or Marquis, played for the Knicks, he was averaging like 20 points a game. That Knicks team was ass. There was nobody on that team that was going to put the ball in the bucket at a high clip. So he was getting the ball so that he could be trade bait. That's literally all that was. But when it comes to Luka and Trae Young, they have talent. I could see them being in MVP conversations for years to come. I look at that more of like a Magic, Larry Bird conversation. Like, they're that great of individuals to where we are going to be talking about them for years to come. I think those two could potentially get MVP. I don't necessarily know if it goes to any of the top teams like the Brooklyn Nets or the Lakers, because you expect them to be that good. Teams like the Bucks, I don't get them getting an MVP vote. Well, I get them getting MVP votes, but I don't think they're going to win, simply because people just expect them to get the vote. And I think the NBA media, that's why I was saying the media plays a big part. I think the media is going to more of swing it to more of like a new generation type feel, to where we're ushering in a new wave of players. You know, you got the rookies coming in, you got Zion being healthy, and he's going to be one of the biggest market men of the NBA. You got Luka and Trae Young actually getting teams, so you can market them. So you're gonna see a lot of Hawks games on national. You're gonna see a lot of nationally televised Hawk games, a lot of nationally televised Maverick games. You're gonna see a lot of that. I just feel like that's where the NBA is gonna go, simply because of the fact that, you know what I'm saying, everything is getting a little bit younger, and then the next year, we're going to see the implementation of the G League guys. We're going to see them coming in. And so that should be a pretty good thing to look at. I just think the NBA overall, the media is going to shift to just being a little bit more younger. And so that's why I feel like those teams aren't really going to get as much recognition when it comes to MVP. And that's just my thoughts on that. That might change, but I just feel like that's the way it's going to go. I'm really excited as far as the year is concerned. I think as far as finals matchup, that's the whole reason why I put these two teams up there. I think this is going to be the finals matchup right here, if healthy. If healthy. If the Nets are healthy, they're going to the finals. Who is going to stop KD and Kyrie? Nobody. Nobody. And that's just that on that. I don't even want to speak on that for real. This is the finals matchup I think is going to go down. Do I think that the Lakers are going to repeat? Yes. I think the Lakers are going to repeat because of this man right here. LeBron James is an animal. I think he will regress a little bit. Shout out to my homie Ty. He said this in our group chat, and I honestly agree with him. He said that he felt like the Lakers are going to make more of a Spurs type move when it comes to LeBron, kind of lower his minutes and his usage so that you can save him for the playoffs. I honestly feel like they're going to do that, and I think they're going to repeat. We're going to see a lot of Dennis Schroeder hooping, and it's just going to go that way, man. But I'm going to get on up out of here. Peace and love. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, and I'm getting on up out of here. Peace.